The truth in business is that marketing and sales is not the main thing. In business, solving a problem and delivering value to your customer is the main thing. The more value you provide, the more successful your business will be. You know, how you provide value is by identifying an actual real-life problem that exists among participants within a given market. And we call this your niche. And then we identify what is that widespread problem. We understand it, and then we seek to solve it with a solution, which is our product, our service that we want to offer to people. Now, the bigger the problem, the bigger your business. The bigger the problem that you solve, the more money you make, the more customers you will have. So if you want to grow your business to that kind of a size and make a lot of money, you really should be looking at what is that big problem, what is that extremely painful problem that a lot of people have, and then you want to aim to provide the best solution, the best value to that problem, because that is the exact formula that we will be talking about. We want to start by first identifying that market, and we call that the niche. How should you pick your niche? Basically, you want to look at what is that one thing that you are very passionate and interested in. What you really want to look into is what is it that you like, and then what is related. So for example, if you're into golf, right? So you want to look into businesses that are in related industries. So it doesn't mean that you have to be a golf player. You can be a coach. You can be, someone who is in the golf industry. Anything that is involved, right? So you don't have to be an exact player. So let's say you've identified that, okay, your passion is in golf, and then you want to start looking for the different industries within that golf, right? Could be niche, businesses. And what you want to do really is that you want to understand what is the problem that people face within that niche. So let's say you want to focus on golf coaches or maybe golf shooters, right? What you want to do is you want to speak to them and identify what is the most painful problem that they are facing. Something that they will wake up in the middle of the night really sweating and worrying about. How can we find out what this problem is by actually going out there to talk to these people in the niche. You can't come up with these problems by yourself because you are not them, and this isn't your problem. So don't try to do this by racking your brain and trying to come up with it in the shower, or trying to invent something. You won't get it. You have to get outside of you, and you have to go and talk to the market. And from here, that's where we identify the problem. Now what we've done is we found our niche, right? And then we've got the problem, but now what we want to do is we want to find what is that solution that we can provide to these people. And you must be probably wondering, like, what is this solution? And obviously the solution is actually just an inverse of the problem. It's the opposite. And that's really it. So let's say I'm looking for, I'm a golf coach, and my problem is that I don't have enough clients. So the solution is going to be a golf coach that have enough clients, right? So it's the exact inverse of the problem. So this is actually a very, very simple way to look at it. And this is really how business works. Just find a niche, right? And how to find a niche is that one thing that you're really interested in, that you're passionate in. And then look at the different industries around it. Pick something, talk to the people within that industry, and then find out what is that one or two biggest painful problem. Like, what is the problem they are facing? And it's not enough to just hear from it from one person, okay? You don't want to just solve one person's problem, right? You want to create a solution that helps you to solve the problem of many people. So you want to look at some patterns of the participants within this niche, because whatever that you're going to come up with, if it's only going to be for one person, it's a waste of time. So we want to find something that exists within most people within that market. So now you've got that problem, right? And you really want to understand it really, really well, and then inverse it so that is your solution. Now you must be thinking, how do we actually provide the solution to this niche to solve the problem, right? Well, what you do is, and this is one of the easiest ways to do it, okay? Think about it this way. Is there anyone who is a golf coach and has enough clients? The answer would most likely be yes. Why? because people solve their own problems. And the thing about entrepreneurship is that really finding a problem that a lot of people have and then identifying that rare few individuals who have already solved it for themselves, and then grabbing that solution and making it widely adopted by the masses. There is a saying that I really love, okay, and it says, and it's really true, and it goes like this: the future is already here, just that it is not evenly distributed. So what we're really trying to do is to find a group of people who has this problem that has already solved it, and then those currently who still have the problem. And you really want to study these two groups of people, right? The first one is to how they have solved the problem, analyze what are they doing, and then look at those people who are still having the problems, see what are they doing, and really identify what are the core differences between these two groups of people. And then the people with the solution and the people with the problem, right? We really want to identify what is that core difference. What are they doing different? Once you have identified the difference between these two groups, what you'll be able to do is you can pick out this difference and put it in a package for a solution. And you will be providing these differences, right? Whether it is tools, tactics, strategies, level of skills, characteristics, behavior, mindset, or all of these different patterns of action. There will be a combination of variables that makes this solution become true. And you want to put all of this together and you want to make it as simple as possible. And you can put it in a form of a service, you can put it in a form of a product, a training, or whatever form of solution that you feel is best suited to this solution. And then what you want to do is you want to sell this solution to participants of this niche who has the problem. And when you apply the solution to this problem, the byproduct is value. And this is really how a business works. It all just boils down, a business just boils down to these few principles, and this is how you want to look at it. Find your niche by choosing something that you are interested in, right? And then talk to people in this market, see what problems they are having, and then what is the inverse of that problem. That would be the solution. That is exactly how the solution would look like. So go and find people out there who already have this solution. See what they're doing. Look at the people who have this problem and see what they're doing. Analyze these two distinct groups and see what are the differences. And those differences are things that you want to put together in a package and provide it as a solution. And remember, when you provide a solution to a problem, that is where you are creating a byproduct called value. And value is what people are willing to pay money for any day. So when you provide value, you are actually making money, right? So the collection of all these different things are what we call a business. A business is basically a niche, problem, solution, value, and money. And doing this day to day at larger and larger scales with more efficiency, basically just optimizing value. That is really what business is at its core. And the truth is, the person who can identify the biggest problems and provides the best solution, they always win. So you don't need to market yourself so much. You don't need to be all over social media, and you don't need to be filming a day of your life like feeding your pet, eating ice cream, or driving around playing with your kids on YouTube. You don't need to do all of that fancy stuff. You really don't. And I mean, if you really want to go ahead and do that, you're most welcome. But what I want to share with you is that, and it's something that you need to understand, is that if you want to win at business, this is the basic stuff that you really need to do. The rest of it will just take care of itself. So just focus on these few things for your business, and I'm sure that you will be able to scale it very, very soon.